Good evening, Cougar family. My name is Neill, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak with you today. Today marks the first time we've all been together in one place in well over a year. In the most turbulent year and a half of our lifetime, in the year and a half it was needed most, we lost the opportunity to be way too loud while our teacher was talking, to yell CO at the top of our lungs, and to tell the band to play Sweet Caroline at the end of every football game. We lost the opportunity to come together in person, to assemble, and to make our collective voice heard. With this loss came immense physical struggle, mental struggle, and emotional struggle. We have all faced these struggles and doubts. Just last week, as I was writing this speech, I had a moment when I thought, if I had the opportunity to speak, would anybody listen? I mean, truly listen. Would I be shouting into an echo chamber? Why should you care? Why should I care? Why should anyone care? A million questions were running through my head, but there was one clear answer to all of them. It was in this moment of doubt that I remembered the legacy of our time at Asheville High and SILSA, a time defined by the collective action of students. Megaphones amplifying the voices of a generation that wishes not to be the last in climate walkouts. A sea of orange ribbons crying out for gun control, only outdone by the deafening silence of remembrance in walkouts after the Parkland shooting. Students who stayed inside, who didn't walk out, not out of cowardice, but out of courage, knowing their dissension was not popular, but standing firm anyways. Our downtown, filled with pink hats adorned with cat ears, demanding gender equality in the Women's March. Each of these moments in time were made possible by the collective action of students walking this very campus. The past year has denied us this opportunity of assembly, and we have all struggled, we have all broken down, and we've all had moments of doubt. Yet despite being physically apart, we have been mentally and emotionally together. In the face of a pandemic and persistent social injustice, students in our class have won national art competitions, broken athletic records, helped remove monuments, changed school names, and been pivotal voices impacting and influencing local policy changes. Despite the circumstances, our individual talents, passions, and voices have been louder than ever. I can only imagine what we could have and would have done if we had been able to come together in person, been able to assemble, and been able to make our collective voice heard. However, as we move into the next chapter of our lives, rather than fantasize about what we could have done had we been together, remember what we achieved together despite being apart. Embrace the certainty of uncertainty as we form new communities with students on bustling college campuses, co-workers throughout the workforce, public servants and volunteer organizations, brothers and sisters in the military, and fellow travelers across the world. In these new communities, remember this community. Remember what this community achieved. Remember the strength of this community's voice, and replicate this tenacity and unity in your new community. So continue to persevere, continue to shout, continue to make your voices heard. And when you've persevered, when you've shouted so hard that you've lost your voice, turn to the person beside you and make sure they shout twice as loud, because together, your voice, our voice, can never be silenced. Thank you.